Hello everyone, and welcome to the English Globe. We are so happy that you are here with us today. Whether you are at home, on the bus, or taking a break at work, thank you for choosing to spend your time with us. This is the place where you can improve your English in a fun and easy way.
Hello, friends. It's always so exciting to talk to you. Learning English can feel difficult sometimes, but don't worry. We are here to make it simple and enjoyable. Today's topic is very special because it is not just about learning English. It is about learning how to create a better and happier life for yourself.
Yes, Julia, that's right. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought about what your dream life looks like? Maybe you have big goals, like learning English fluently, traveling to new countries, getting a better job, or starting a new hobby. Whatever your dreams are, today's podcast will show you how to take the first steps to make them come true.
And the best part is that we will talk about all of this in simple English. So you can practice your listening skills while also learning something that can help you in your life. It's like 2 lessons in 1.
That's a great point, Julia. Designing your dream life is very important because it helps you to focus on what really matters to you. When you have a clear plan, it becomes easier to stay motivated and work toward your goals. Life can feel confusing sometimes, but with a plan, everything becomes clearer.
Exactly. And remember, small steps can lead to big changes. So, don't feel like you need to do everything all at once. We will guide you through the process in today's episode, step by step.
Before we start, we want to remind you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The English Globe. If you enjoy learning English with us and want more lessons, tips, and podcasts, make sure you click that subscribe button.
Yes. When you subscribe, you won't miss any of our new videos, and you will always have something interesting to learn. We love helping you, and we want you to join our growing English learning family.
So, go ahead and subscribe now. We promise you'll enjoy every minute of it. Are you ready to start designing your dream life and improving your English at the same time?
Let's get started.
Let's start by diving into the question. What does it mean to design your dream life? When we talk about designing your dream life, we are not just talking about imagining a perfect life in your head. It's about thinking deeply about what truly makes you happy and what kind of life you want to create for yourself. Imagine waking up every morning and feeling excited about the day ahead. Think about a life where you are doing the things that matter most to you and make you feel proud. Designing your dream life means making a plan to turn those dreams into reality. It's not something that happens by accident. It takes thought, effort, and action.
To help you understand, think about this. Designing your dream life is like being the architect of your own future. An architect doesn't build a house without first creating a plan. They carefully think about what the house will look like, how many rooms it will have, and where each wall will go. In the same way, you need to create a plan for your life. You have to ask yourself important questions like, what do I really want in my life? Or, what kind of future do I imagine for myself? Without a plan, it's hard to know where to start or how to achieve what you want.
A great way to start designing your dream life is by thinking about your dreams. A dream is something that inspires you and gives you hope. It could be something big, like traveling the world, starting your own business, or learning English fluently. Or it could be something smaller, like spending more time with your family, learning to cook a new dish, or reading a book every month. Your dreams are personal, and they are unique to you. Nobody else can decide your dreams for you because only you know what makes you happy and excited about life.
But having a dream is just the beginning. To turn your dream into reality, you need to set goals. A goal is like a small step that brings you closer to your dream. For example, if your dream is to speak English fluently, one goal might be to practice speaking English for 20 minutes every day. If your dream is to travel to another country, one goal could be to save a specific amount of money every month. Goals help you stay focused and give you a clear direction to follow.
Let's break this idea down even more with a simple example. Imagine your dream is to open your own cafe. That's the big picture, but how do you get there? First, you need to set smaller goals. One goal might be to learn how to make different types of coffee. Another goal could be to take a business course to learn how to manage a cafe. You might also need to save money to rent a space for your business. Each of these smaller goals is like a building block, and when you complete them one by one, you move closer to achieving your dream.
Let's talk about some important vocabulary words that will help you understand this process better. The first word is dream. A dream is something you want to achieve or something you imagine for your future. For example, my dream is to live in a beautiful house by the sea, or my dream is to speak English fluently. The next word is goal. A goal is a specific action or step that helps you achieve your dream. For instance, my goal is to learn 5 new English words every day, or my goal is to save $100 every month.
Another important word is success. Success doesn't have to mean being rich or famous. It means reaching the goals you set for yourself. If your goal is to speak English fluently, then success might be having a conversation in English without feeling nervous. Success is different for everyone, and it's important to remember that your success is personal to you. The last word we'll focus on is achievement. An achievement is something you accomplish through hard work. For example, passing my English exam was a big achievement for me, or saving enough money for my trip was my greatest achievement this year.
Understanding these words can help you talk about your dreams and goals in English. But more importantly, they can help you take control of your life. Designing your dream life isn't something you do in one day. It's a journey that takes time, patience, and effort. And remember, it's okay to start small. Even the biggest dreams start with one small step.
Let's explore this idea even more, because understanding it fully is the first step to making it happen. When you think about designing your dream life, you should imagine that you are the creator of your own story. Think of yourself as the writer of a book, and the book is your life. Every decision you make is like writing a new chapter. Some chapters may be about learning something new, others about facing challenges, and some about celebrating your achievements. Designing your dream life means deciding what kind of story you want to tell about yourself and taking steps to make that story a reality.
I love that idea, Adam. It's important to remember that everyone's dream life is different. For some people, their dream is to live in a big city with lots of excitement. For others, it might be to live in a quiet village surrounded by nature. Some people dream of having a successful career, while others dream of spending more time with family and friends. There is no right or wrong dream. What matters is that the dream feels right for you.
Yes, and a dream can also change over time. Maybe when you were a child, your dream was to become a teacher, but now you dream of traveling the world. That's okay, because dreams grow and change as we grow and change. The important thing is to always have something to work toward. A life without dreams can feel empty and directionless, but when you have a dream, you feel motivated and excited about the future.
Now, let's talk more about goals because they are the key to turning dreams into reality. Think of a dream as the destination on a map. The map shows you where you want to go, but to get there, you need to take steps, one at a time. These steps are your goals. Each goal you achieve is like getting closer to your destination. For example, if your dream is to live in another country, one of your first goals might be to learn the language spoken there. Then another goal could be to save money for the move.
That's a great point, Julia. Goals are what make dreams feel possible. Sometimes, when you think about your dream, it might feel too big or too far away. But when you break it down into smaller goals, it becomes easier to see how you can achieve it. Let's go back to the example of learning English fluently. This might feel like a big dream, but if you set smaller goals, like learning 5 new words a day, practicing speaking for 10 minutes, or watching 1 English video every week, you can make progress little by little.
And progress is what matters. You don't have to reach your dream overnight. Even small steps can bring you closer to the life you want. For example, if you start practicing English every day, after a month, you'll notice improvement. After 6 months, You might feel more confident speaking English. These small achievements are worth celebrating because they show you're moving in the right direction.
Let's not forget how important it is to stay positive and believe in yourself. Designing your dream life isn't always easy. There will be days when things don't go as planned, and that's okay. What's important is to keep trying and to remind yourself why your dream matters to you. When you feel tired or discouraged, think about how great it will feel to achieve your dream. That feeling can give you the strength to keep going.
Remember, your dream life starts with a decision. The decision to take control of your life and work toward what you want. Don't wait for someone else to tell you what to do or for the perfect time to start. The perfect time is now. Even if you take just one small step today, you are already on your way to creating a better future for yourself.
And the beauty of this process is that it's not just about reaching the dream, it's about enjoying the journey. Every goal you achieve, every step you take, and every lesson you learn along the way is part of your story. Designing your dream life is about growing, learning, and becoming the best version of yourself.
Now that we've talked about what it means to design your dream life, we hope you feel inspired to think about your own dreams and goals. Don't worry if you're not sure where to start. In the next part of this podcast, we'll guide you step by step on how to turn your dreams into a clear plan.
Let's now move on to the most exciting part of this podcast, creating a step-by-step plan to design your dream life. It's one thing to talk about your dreams and goals, but it's even more important to know how to make them happen. A dream without a plan is just a wish. If you really want to achieve your dream life, you need to take clear, practical steps. This plan will help you stay focused and give you a roadmap to follow. So, let's break it down step by step.
The first step in designing your dream life is to imagine it clearly. Visualization means creating a clear picture of what you want your future to look like. Close your eyes for a moment and think about it. Where do you live in your dream life? What do you do every day? Are you working in your dream job, traveling the world, or spending more time with your family? What kind of feelings do you have? Are you happy, relaxed, or excited?
Visualization is powerful because it helps your brain focus on what you want. When you have a clear image of your dream life, you can start to think about the steps you need to take to get there. For example, if your dream is to become a fluent English speaker, you might visualize yourself having a conversation with someone in English, confidently and without hesitation. You might imagine yourself watching a movie in English and understanding every word. The clearer your vision, the easier it will be to plan for it.
Here's a simple exercise you can try. Take a piece of paper and write down everything you want in your dream life. Don't worry about being perfect or realistic. Just write what comes to your mind. Then, try to imagine yourself already living that life. How does it feel? This exercise can help you feel more connected to your dreams and make them seem more real.
Once you have a clear vision of your dream life, the next step is to set clear, specific goals. Goals are like the building blocks of your dream life. They are the smaller steps that take you closer to your big dream. When setting goals, it's important to be specific. A vague goal like, "I want to be happy," is hard to achieve because it doesn't give you a clear direction. Instead, try something specific, like, "I will spend 30 minutes every day learning English."
A good way to set clear goals is to use the SMART method. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Let's break that down. A specific goal means you know exactly what you want to do. For example, I want to improve my English vocabulary. A measurable goal means you can track your progress, like, I will learn 10 new words every week. An achievable goal is something realistic, like, I will study for 15 minutes a day. Relevant means the goal is important to your dream life, and time-bound means you have a deadline, like, I will achieve this in 6 months.
Here's a real-life example. Let's say your dream is to live in another country. A clear goal might be, I will save $200 every month for 1 year to pay for my move. Another goal could be, I will study the local language for 30 minutes every day. These goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. When you break your dream into smaller goals, it feels less overwhelming and more possible.
After setting clear goals, the next step is to create habits that support your vision. A habit is something you do regularly, almost without thinking. Habits are powerful because they help you make progress every day, even when you don't feel motivated. For example, if your goal is to improve your English, you can create a habit of reading one page of an English book every morning or listening to an English podcast during your commute.
Habits don't have to be big or difficult. In fact, it's better to start small. Small habits are easier to stick to, and over time, they can lead to big changes. For example, if your dream is to be healthier, you can start with a small habit like drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning. Once that becomes easy, you can add another habit, like going for a 10-minute walk every day.
Let's use another example. If your dream is to become a fluent English speaker, you could create a habit of practicing speaking English with a friend once a week. Or you might decide to learn one new word every day and write a sentence using that word. These small habits may not seem like much, but over time, they add up to significant progress.
The final step is staying motivated. It's easy to feel excited about your dream life at the beginning, but over time, you might feel tired or discouraged. That's why it's important to find ways to keep your motivation strong. One way to do this is to remind yourself why your dream matters to you. Ask yourself, why is this important? And how will I feel when I achieve it?
Another way to stay motivated is to celebrate your progress. Even small achievements are worth celebrating because they show that you're moving in the right direction. For example, if you learn 5 new English words in a week, give yourself a reward, like watching your favorite show or treating yourself to something you enjoy. These little rewards can make the journey more fun and keep you motivated.
Surrounding yourself with positive influences can also help you stay motivated. Spend time with people who support your dreams and encourage you to keep going. If you're learning English, try joining a language group or finding a study partner. Being part of a supportive community can make a big difference.
And don't forget to be patient with yourself. Designing your dream life is a journey, not a race. There will be ups and downs, but that's all part of the process. The most important thing is to keep moving forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. Remember, every great achievement starts with a decision to try.
So, to recap, visualize your dream life. Set clear and specific goals, create habits that support your vision, and find ways to stay motivated. With these 4 steps, you can turn your dreams into reality, one step at a time. Are you ready to take the first step? Let's dig even deeper into this step-by-step process, because every detail matters when it comes to creating your dream life. Remember, designing your dream life isn't about rushing or taking shortcuts. It's about building something meaningful and lasting, one step at a time. The clearer and more focused your plan is, the easier it will be to follow. Each of these steps is like a piece of a puzzle, and when you put them all together, you'll have the complete picture of your dream life.
The first step, and perhaps the most exciting one, is to visualize your dream life. Visualization is more than just thinking about what you want. It's about creating a vivid, detailed picture of the life you desire. Take a moment to close your eyes and imagine. Where do you live? Is it a house by the beach, an apartment in a busy city, or maybe a cozy cabin in the mountains? Picture every detail, the colors, the sounds, even the smells. What does your daily routine look like? Are you working in your dream job, running your own business, or spending more time with family and friends? Imagine yourself feeling happy, fulfilled, and proud of the life you've created.
Visualization isn't just about dreaming. It's about making your dream feel real in your mind. The more clearly you can see it, the more motivated you'll be to work toward it. For example, if your dream is to speak English fluently, Imagine yourself confidently having a conversation with a native speaker. Picture yourself traveling to an English-speaking country, ordering food in a restaurant, or making new friends, all in English. This mental image can give you a sense of purpose and direction.
One technique that can help is writing down your vision. Take a piece of paper or a journal and describe your dream life in as much detail as possible. Write about where you live, what you do, and how you feel. Don't worry about being perfect or realistic. This is your dream, and it should reflect what you truly want. You can also create a vision board by cutting out pictures from magazines or printing images that represent your dream life. Place this vision board somewhere you'll see it every day to remind yourself of your goals.
After visualizing your dream life, the next step is to set clear, specific goals. This is where your dreams start to take shape. A goal is like a bridge that connects your present life to your future dream life. Without goals, your dream might feel too big or impossible to achieve. But when you break it down into smaller, actionable steps, it becomes much more manageable.
To set effective goals, use the SMART method. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Let's break that down with an example. Imagine your dream is to learn English fluently. A vague goal might be, I want to learn English, but that's not specific enough. Instead, try something like, I will learn 20 new English words every week and use them in sentences. This goal is specific because it focuses on vocabulary, measurable because you can count the words, achievable because 20 words in a week is realistic, relevant because it aligns with your dream, and time-bound because it gives you a weekly deadline.
Here's another real-life example. Let's say your dream is to start your own business. A clear goal might be, I will create a business plan within the next 3 months. To make it even clearer, break it down into smaller steps, like researching your business idea, identifying your target audience, and estimating your costs. Each step brings you closer to your larger goal.
Goals also help you measure your progress. When you achieve a goal, no matter how small, it's proof that you're moving in the right direction. For instance, if you set a goal to practice speaking English for 10 minutes every day and you stick to it for a week, that's a success worth celebrating. Every small step you take builds your confidence and keeps you motivated to keep going.
The third step is to create habits that support your vision. Habits are the small, consistent actions you take every day, and they play a huge role in shaping your future. While goals help you focus on specific achievements, habits ensure that you're making steady progress toward your dream life. For example, if your dream is to become a fluent English speaker, a daily habit of reading 1 page of an English book or watching an English video can make a big difference over time.
The power of habits lies in their consistency. Think about brushing your teeth. It's something you do every day without even thinking about it. Imagine if practicing English became as automatic as brushing your teeth. Start with small habits that are easy to stick to. For instance, you could start by learning 1 new English word every day. Once that habit becomes part of your routine, you can add more, like practicing speaking or writing in English for a few minutes each day.
Here's a tip. Tie your new habit to something you already do. For example, if you want to practice English vocabulary, you could do it while drinking your morning coffee or during your daily commute. By linking your habit to an existing routine, it becomes easier to remember and stick to. And remember, the key to building a habit is consistency. Even if you start small, what matters is showing up every day.
Finally, let's talk about staying motivated, because no matter how clear your goals are or how good your habits are, there will be times when you feel discouraged or unmotivated. Staying motivated is about keeping your why in mind, the reason why your dream matters to you. For example, if your dream is to learn English fluently, remind yourself of the opportunities it will bring, like traveling, making new friends, or advancing your career.
Another way to stay motivated is to celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Every step you take is an achievement, and recognizing these achievements can boost your confidence and keep you going. For example, If you've been practicing English consistently for a month, treat yourself to something special, like a favorite meal or a fun activity. Celebrating your progress reminds you that you're making progress, even if the journey feels long.
Surrounding yourself with positive influences can also help. Find people who support your dreams and encourage you to keep going. This could be a friend, a mentor, or even an online community of like-minded people. If you're learning English, join a language group or find a study partner. Being part of a supportive community can make the journey more enjoyable and less lonely.
And don't forget to be kind to yourself. It's normal to have setbacks or bad days. What matters is that you don't give up. Keep reminding yourself that every step, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your dream life. Designing your dream life is a marathon, not a sprint. Take your time, enjoy the process, and trust that your hard work will pay off. All right, now it's time for you to get involved and really start thinking about your dream life. This section is all about putting the ideas and strategies we've talked about into practice. We're going to guide you through an activity that will help you use simple English to describe your dream life, and the goal here is to make you feel more comfortable expressing yourself in English. So, get ready to pause the podcast and really reflect on each question. Take your time. This is not a race. What's important is that you focus on putting your thoughts into words and using the vocabulary we've practiced.
Exactly. This is your chance to practice and improve your English while thinking deeply about your dreams. You can use the simple sentence patterns we've discussed, and remember, you don't need to worry about perfection. This activity is about learning and building confidence. So we're going to ask you a series of questions, and we want you to respond in English. We'll guide you step by step through the process of describing your dream life in detail. Ready?
Let's start with the first question. Close your eyes for a moment and think about where you want to live in your dream life. It could be a place you've always wanted to visit, or a place that feels special to you. Maybe you dream of living in a big city, near the beach, or in a quiet village surrounded by nature. Whatever it is, take a moment to imagine it. Now, try to answer this question.
Where do you want to live in your dream life, and why? Here's an example of how you can answer. I want to live in a big city because I love the energy and excitement of city life. I want to be surrounded by people and enjoy the convenience of everything being close by. Or you might say, I want to live in a house by the beach because I love the sound of the ocean, and I want to wake up every day feeling calm and relaxed. The key here is to be as detailed as possible so that you can really start painting a picture of your dream life.
Take your time now to pause the podcast and think about your dream location. Write it down or say it out loud. Where do you want to live and why? What is it about that place that excites you or makes you feel happy? This is your dream life, so don't be afraid to dream big.
Wonderful. Now that you've thought about where you want to live, let's move on to the next part. What do you want to do every day in your dream life? When you wake up, what is the first thing you want to do? Do you want to work at a job you love, travel the world, spend time with your family, or perhaps pursue a hobby you're passionate about?
Here's an example of how to answer this. Every day, I want to work as a teacher because I enjoy helping others and making a difference in their lives. Or maybe, every day, I want to travel to new places and experience different cultures because I love learning about the world. Or perhaps, every day, I want to spend more time with my family and enjoy simple moments together, like having meals or going for walks.
This part is really important because it helps you focus on the kind of life you want to create. We all have different dreams, and your daily routine is a huge part of that dream life. So, take a moment now and think about what your ideal day looks like. Write it down or say it out loud.
We're going to pause again for a moment. Think carefully about how your days would look if you were living your dream life. Imagine yourself doing those things. What is the most important part of your daily routine? Is it work, relaxation, family time, or something else? Write or speak your response and don't rush.
Excellent work. Now, let's think about how you want to feel in your dream life. What kind of emotions do you want to experience on a daily basis? Do you want to feel happy, relaxed, excited, confident, or something else? Emotions are an important part of our dream lives because they shape how we experience everything around us. When we're happy or excited, we approach life with more energy and enthusiasm.
Here's a simple example. In my dream life, I want to feel happy because I'm doing what I love every day. Or maybe, I want to feel excited because every day brings new opportunities for growth and learning. Or, I want to feel calm and peaceful because I live in a place where I can relax and enjoy the simple things in life.
The key here is to be specific. It's not just about saying, I want to be happy. It's about exploring what makes you feel that way. For example, does traveling make you feel excited? Or perhaps helping others gives you a sense of satisfaction and joy? Think about how you want to feel and why that feeling is important to you.
Take a moment now and pause the podcast. Think about how you want to feel in your dream life. Do you want to feel confident and proud of what you've achieved? Or maybe you want to feel peaceful and content with your surroundings. Write it down or say it out loud. The more you connect with your emotions, the clearer your dream life will become.
You're doing great. Now, let's combine everything we've discussed so far. You've thought about where you want to live, what you want to do every day, and how you want to feel. To really solidify your dream life, try to describe it all together in one paragraph. For example, in my dream life, I want to live in a small, cozy house by the beach because I love the sound of the ocean and the calmness it brings. Every day, I want to spend time writing and creating art, and I want to feel inspired and peaceful. I also want to have time to relax with my family and friends, enjoying simple moments together.
You see how all of these little pieces can come together to create a complete picture of your dream life? This is what we mean by designing your life. It's about breaking it down into parts and creating a roadmap.
Now, we want to encourage you to keep going. You've just started to describe your dream life in simple English, and we want you to keep practicing this regularly. You can even make a list of things that represent your dream life, or try speaking about it in different ways. Each time you practice, your English will improve, and you'll become more confident in expressing your dreams.
Remember, the more clearly you can visualize and describe your dream life, the more motivated you will be to make it happen. So take your time to write or speak your answers whenever you can, and don't forget, this practice is an important step in learning English and in designing your dream life. All right, let's jump into the next section of today's podcast. This part will be all about how we can have a natural, friendly conversation about the topic of designing our dream lives, and we'll focus on setting specific goals for different aspects of life, such as health, career, and hobbies. Julia and I are going to role-play some scenarios that show how you can set goals for these areas, and in doing so, you'll learn conversational English along the way. This way, you'll not only hear us discussing the topics, but you'll also pick up new ways to ask questions and respond naturally, which will be very helpful when you have similar conversations in English.
That's right, Adam. This is a fun and useful way to practice English, because it's not just about learning vocabulary and grammar. It's about using the language in real-life situations. In these dialogues, we'll show you how you can talk about your goals, dreams, and plans in English, and we'll make sure to keep things simple so you can follow along easily. We'll also give you some time to think about your own goals and maybe even pause the podcast to practice speaking or writing. Ready to dive in?
Let's start with something that many of us think about at the beginning of the year: health goals. So Julia, I'm curious, do you have any health goals or fitness goals that you've set for this year?
Yes, I definitely have a few health goals. One of the main things I want to do this year is improve my overall fitness. I want to exercise more regularly and make it a habit. I'm not out of shape or anything, but I feel like I could definitely be stronger and healthier. So I've decided to focus on doing more physical activities, like going for walks, doing yoga, and occasionally visiting the gym. What about you, Adam? Do you have any health goals for this year that you're working on?
Yes, I do. For me, I really want to focus on improving my diet. Lately, I've noticed that I don't eat enough vegetables or fruits, which leaves me feeling a bit low on energy, especially during the day. So, this year, one of my main health goals is to start eating healthier by incorporating more fruits and vegetables into every meal. For example, I'm aiming to eat at least one serving of vegetables with every lunch and dinner. I think that will help me feel more energized and improve my overall health.
That sounds like a great plan, Adam. It's a simple goal, but it's something that can really make a difference in how you feel. And I love how specific your goal is. That's one thing that can really help when setting health goals, being clear about what you want to achieve. For example, if you said, "I want to eat healthier," that's a bit vague, but when you say, "I will eat at least one serving of vegetables with every meal," it's much more achievable and measurable.
Exactly. And I think it's also important to track progress when it comes to health goals. I'm planning to keep a food diary to make sure I'm getting enough fruits and vegetables each day. This way, I can look back at my progress and see how well I've done. How about you, Julia? Do you have any plans to track your exercise goals?
Yes, I do. I've actually decided to use a fitness app that will help me track my workouts and exercise habits. The app will send me reminders to exercise and also record the amount of time I spend being active each day. I think that kind of tracking will help me stay motivated because I'll be able to see how much I've accomplished and I'll be reminded to stay consistent. It will be nice to look back and see how far I've come.
That's a great idea, Julia. Having a tool like that to track your progress really helps you stay on top of your goals. And the fact that the app sends reminders is also a great way to stay motivated, especially when life gets busy. I think having small goals and rewards is also important to keep the motivation high.
I completely agree. I think it's important to celebrate small victories, no matter how small they are. For example, when I hit my goal of working out 3 times in a week, I'm going to treat myself to something special, like a nice dinner at my favorite restaurant or maybe a relaxing movie night with friends. That way, I can feel good about reaching my goal, and I'll want to keep going. What about you, Adam? How do you plan to celebrate your success when you eat more vegetables regularly?
Well, once I've consistently eaten more vegetables for a month, I think I'll reward myself by getting a new shirt or jacket, something that makes me feel good about the effort I've put in. I really believe that recognizing your achievements, even if they're small, is an important part of staying motivated and continuing to work toward your goals.
Now let's talk about something else that's really important. Career goals. Adam, I know you've been working in education for a while, but do you have any specific career goals for the year?
Yes, I do. One of my career goals is to improve my teaching skills this year. I've been teaching for several years, but I want to take things to the next level. One of my specific goals is to attend a professional development course that will help me learn new teaching techniques and tools that I can use with my students. I also want to improve my communication skills so I can explain complex ideas in simpler ways. What about you, Julia? Do you have any career goals for the year?
Yes, I do. This year, I want to focus on improving my public speaking skills. I've always been a bit shy when it comes to speaking in front of large groups, so I've set a goal to practice speaking in front of others more often. I'm planning to attend some workshops, maybe give a presentation at work, and just get more comfortable with public speaking in general. It's something I've always wanted to improve, and this year I'm making it a priority.
I think that's an excellent goal, Julia. Public speaking is such a valuable skill to have, and I'm sure it will help you in both your personal and professional life. Do you have a plan for how you're going to practice and track your progress in public speaking?
Yes, I do. I'm going to start small by speaking in front of a mirror every day for a few minutes, just to practice speaking clearly and confidently. Then, once I feel more comfortable, I'm going to speak in front of a small group of friends or family. I'm also going to look for opportunities to speak at work, maybe at meetings or team events. As I progress, I'll set specific milestones for myself, like speaking in front of a larger audience or getting feedback on my presentations.
That's a fantastic approach, Julia. It's all about taking small steps and gradually building up your confidence. And having milestones will help you track your progress, which is so important when it comes to career goals.
We hope that this conversation gave you some good ideas about how to set your own goals and take real steps toward designing your dream life. Whether you're focused on health, career, or personal development, setting clear and achievable goals can make all the difference.
Absolutely. And remember, whether your goals are big or small, the most important thing is to take action. Don't be afraid to dream big, but also break those big dreams down into smaller, manageable steps. The more you practice speaking and thinking about your goals in English, the more confident you'll become in expressing yourself and making those dreams a reality.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you feel inspired to start designing your dream life, step by step. If you enjoyed today's podcast, don't forget to subscribe to the English Globe for more helpful content to improve your English and make your dreams come true.
Now that we've discussed how to set goals and create the vision for our dream life, we're going to dive into another critical part of achieving our goals: overcoming challenges. No matter how carefully you plan or how determined you are, you will inevitably face obstacles along the way. The key to success isn't avoiding these challenges, but learning how to face them and keep moving forward. In this section, Julia and I are going to talk about some common challenges that many people face when pursuing their dreams, and most importantly, we'll discuss practical strategies and tips on how you can overcome them. We'll also share some real-life examples that you can relate to and learn from.
Exactly, Adam. Challenges can feel discouraging, but they don't need to stop you from achieving your goals. In fact, overcoming challenges often teaches us some of the most valuable lessons. The important thing to remember is that challenges are part of the process. Everyone faces them at some point, and they're not something to fear. Whether you're struggling with motivation, time management, or doubt, there are always ways to keep going. We'll explore these obstacles and show you how you can stay focused and maintain a positive mindset, even when things don't go as planned. So, let's dive into it.
The first challenge I want to discuss is one that I think everyone can relate to: lack of motivation. This is something that can really stop you from moving forward, even if you have clear goals in mind. Julia, have you ever felt unmotivated, even though you knew you had something important to work on?
Absolutely. There have been many times when I felt unmotivated to work on my goals. For instance, when I started my fitness journey, I didn't see quick results, and that made me feel like I wasn't progressing. It was easy to feel discouraged and question whether it was worth continuing. But over time, I learned that this is completely normal. The key for me was breaking down my goals into small, achievable tasks. Instead of thinking about the big goal of getting fit, I would tell myself, today I'll take a 15-minute walk, or this week I'll focus on stretching every morning. By focusing on these small steps, it was easier to get started, and once I began, I felt more motivated to keep going.
That's a fantastic approach, Julia. It's so important to make your goals feel less overwhelming by breaking them down into smaller tasks. Personally, I've used the same method with my own goals, like improving my teaching. Instead of looking at the big picture of becoming a better teacher, I focus on small improvements. For example, I'll tell myself, today I'll read one article on a new teaching method, or this week I'll try out one new technique in class. Breaking it down like this not only makes the goal seem more achievable, but it also makes it easier to stay motivated because I can see progress more quickly.
Yes, small wins are so important. They build momentum and keep you moving forward. Another trick I use to stay motivated is to remind myself of why I set the goal in the first place. Sometimes, when we're working towards something, we get caught up in the process and we forget why we even started. So, for example, I remind myself that I want to get fitter so that I can feel stronger and have more energy to do the things I enjoy. Thinking about the bigger picture and the benefits of achieving my goal helps me keep going, especially when motivation starts to fade.
I completely agree with that. Reconnecting with your why can be a real game changer. For me, when I feel stuck, I remind myself why I wanted to become a better teacher. I want to make a positive impact on my students, help them succeed, and make the classroom a fun and engaging place. By remembering these reasons, I'm able to push through difficult days when I feel like progress is slow.
That's so powerful, Adam. And I think another thing that helps with motivation is having accountability. If you tell someone about your goals, it's much easier to stay committed because you don't want to let them down. I've found that having a friend or family member to check in with, whether it's about your fitness goals, work goals, or personal development goals, makes a huge difference. When you have someone to share your progress with, it keeps you on track and makes the journey feel less lonely.
That's a great point, Julia. Accountability partners are really helpful. For example, if I tell my friend that I'm going to work on improving my teaching techniques this month, I know they'll ask me how it's going, and that makes me more likely to follow through. It's a way to keep yourself accountable and also get encouragement when you need it. So, if you're feeling unmotivated, consider telling someone about your goals. They can be your support system.
Another big challenge that many of us face is self-doubt. It's completely normal to question your abilities or wonder if you're capable of achieving your dreams. Adam, have you ever experienced a time when you felt like you weren't good enough or feared failure?
Oh, definitely. When I first started teaching, I had a lot of self-doubt. I would wonder if my lessons were good enough or if my students were getting anything out of them. I often feared that I would fail and not be able to live up to expectations. But over time, I learned that failure isn't something to be afraid of. In fact, it's a part of the learning process. Every time I made a mistake or something didn't go as planned, I learned something new. It took me a while to understand that making mistakes was actually helping me grow. And the more I embraced this mindset, the more confident I became in my abilities.
I can relate to that. In the past, I've also struggled with self-doubt, especially when I'm trying something new. It can be easy to feel like I'm not good enough or that others might be more talented or capable than me. But I've learned that the key is to stop comparing myself to others and focus on my own journey. Everyone starts somewhere, and it's okay to not be perfect. The most important thing is to keep going and learn from each experience, rather than letting fear stop you.
Exactly, Julia. The fear of failure is something that holds a lot of people back, but it's important to remember that failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every time you fail, you get one step closer to achieving your goal because you learn what works and what doesn't. So instead of being afraid of failure, embrace it as an opportunity to grow and improve.
And remember, it's okay to ask for help when you need it. Whether it's seeking advice from someone more experienced or talking to a friend about your doubts, getting support can help you push through moments of self-doubt. You don't have to go through the journey alone, and sometimes just talking things out can make all the difference.
As we wrap up this section, we hope you feel more confident in your ability to overcome challenges as you work towards your dream life. It's normal to face obstacles, but the important thing is to keep moving forward and use these challenges as opportunities to grow and learn. Whether it's staying motivated, dealing with self-doubt, or simply staying focused, there are always ways to push through and keep making progress.
Absolutely, Adam. Remember, challenges don't have to stop you. They can actually make you stronger and more resilient. So, if you ever feel discouraged or unsure, just remember why you started and keep taking those small steps forward. You've got this.
And with that, we encourage you to keep working on your goals and designing the life you truly want. If you found today's podcast helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the English Globe for more content that helps you improve your English and achieve your dreams.
Thank you for listening. We'll see you in the next episode. Keep believing in yourself and stay positive as you work towards your goals.
Now, as we move forward in this podcast, we're going to address some common challenges learners often face when it comes to English. A lot of people have questions, especially when we talk about important topics like setting goals, designing the life you want, and expressing yourself clearly in English. We've received several questions from our listeners, and we're going to take the time to answer some of them, while also pointing out common mistakes that many learners make in everyday English conversations. This way, you'll be able to avoid those errors and communicate more confidently as you work toward your dreams.
Absolutely, Adam. We understand that learning a new language can be difficult, especially when you're trying to express your big ideas and goals. English, like any language, has its own set of rules and nuances that can be confusing at times. But don't worry. Today, we're here to help you identify and correct some of the most common mistakes that learners make. Plus, we'll give you practical advice and examples to help you improve. So, whether you're a beginner or looking to refine your skills, this section will be really helpful for you.
One of the most common questions we've received is from Maria, who wants to know, how do I talk about my goals in English without making mistakes? It's a great question, Maria, and I think it's one many learners struggle with. The key here is to keep things simple and clear, but also to use the right verb forms and expressions. Julia, could you give an example of a mistake people might make when talking about their goals?
Absolutely. One mistake I hear often is when learners say something like, "I will achieving my goals." This is a common error because they're using the wrong verb form. In English, after the modal verb will, we use the base form of the verb. So the correct sentence would be, "I will achieve my goals." By using achieve instead of achieving, you're speaking in the proper structure. Another mistake I hear is when learners say, "I will to study English every day." The correct way to express this would be, "I will study English every day." After will, there's no need to use to in the sentence. So remember, after modal verbs like will, always use the base verb form.
That's such a helpful correction, Julia. Another mistake learners make is with the word dream. I often hear people saying, "I have a dream to travel the world," which is understandable, but it's not quite correct in English. The proper way to say it would be, "I have a dream of traveling the world," or "I dream of traveling the world." In English, we usually use dream of or dream about to express something you hope to do or accomplish in the future. So, instead of saying, "I have a dream to travel," it should be, "I have a dream of traveling." The expression dream of is much more natural and sounds more fluent in English.
That's right, Adam. Also, when talking about goals or dreams, another common mistake is with sentence structure. Learners sometimes say things like, "I want becoming successful," or "I plan visiting Paris." The problem here is that learners are not using the correct form of the verb. The right way to say this is, "I want to become successful," or "I plan to visit Paris." In English, after verbs like want, need, plan, or hope, we always use the base verb form with to. So, when you want to express a goal, it's important to follow these simple structures: want to, hope to, plan to, and need to.
We've also received a great question from Ahmed, who asked, "How can I express my goals in English without sounding too simple or repetitive?" This is an excellent question because, while it's important to be clear, it's also important to sound more fluent and natural. Repetition of the same words or phrases can make your speech sound a bit flat, and we all want to sound interesting when we talk about our goals.
I totally agree with you, Adam. The best way to avoid sounding repetitive is to expand your vocabulary. For instance, instead of always saying "I want to improve," you can use different expressions like "I want to enhance," "I want to develop," or "I aim to better." These variations help make your speech sound more interesting and sophisticated. So, instead of saying "I want to be successful," you might say "I aim to be successful," or "I strive to be successful." All of these phrases have similar meanings, but they allow you to express yourself in a more varied and rich way.
That's a great tip, Julia. Another way to avoid repetition is by using different sentence structures. For example, instead of always saying, "I want to achieve my goals," you could try saying, "My goal is to achieve success," or "I'm focused on reaching my goals." By using different forms of expression, you make your language more dynamic and exciting. It's also helpful to vary the length of your sentences. Sometimes a short, punchy sentence can be very powerful, and other times, a longer, more descriptive sentence can show depth and thoughtfulness.
Exactly. You can also use more specific and descriptive vocabulary to express your goals in a more nuanced way. For instance, instead of saying, "I want to get fit," you could say, "I want to improve my physical health," or "I'm aiming to increase my strength and endurance." This not only makes your goals sound more specific, but also demonstrates a deeper understanding of what you truly want to achieve. Using more detailed language helps you sound more articulate and confident in English.
Now let's take a look at some more common grammar mistakes that many learners make when talking about their goals or dreams. One mistake I see a lot is the incorrect use of present continuous tense. For example, learners might say, "I am wanting to learn English," when the correct sentence is, "I want to learn English." In English, we don't use the present continuous with verbs like want, need, or like, because these are stative verbs, which express a state or condition rather than an action. So remember, use the simple form of the verb when talking about desires or preferences: I want, I need, I like, etc.
Yes, that's a very common mistake. Another common issue is with countable and uncountable nouns. For example, I've heard learners say, "I have many knowledge about this topic." The word knowledge is an uncountable noun. So we should say, "I have a lot of knowledge about this topic," or simply, "I have knowledge." Similarly, instead of saying, "I have much friends," it should be, "I have many friends." The word friends is countable, so we use many instead of much.
Excellent point, Julia. And while we're on the topic of grammar, another thing I often see is learners incorrectly using to and very. For example, they might say, "I am too happy to achieve my goals," when what they actually mean is, "I am very happy to achieve my goals." To means more than necessary, often in a negative way, like, "I'm too tired to work," while very simply means to a great degree and is more neutral. So, it's important to pay attention to the difference in meaning.
We hope that by addressing some of these common mistakes and answering your questions, you feel more confident in expressing yourself in English. Remember, making mistakes is a part of learning, and every time you correct an error, you're becoming better and better. The most important thing is to keep practicing and be patient with yourself.
Absolutely, Julia. And if you have more questions or challenges you're facing while learning English, feel free to reach out to us. We're always here to help. Don't forget to subscribe to the English Globe for more tips, lessons, and practice that will help you improve your English and reach your goals. We look forward to helping you continue your journey.
Thanks so much for listening, everyone. Keep practicing, and remember, you're capable of achieving your dreams, both in English and in life.
As we come to the end of today's podcast, let's take a moment to recap the key points we've discussed. We've shared some really powerful strategies that will help you design your dream life, while also improving your English. We know that setting goals and visualizing your ideal future can feel overwhelming at first, but with the right steps, dedication, and a positive mindset, it is possible to achieve everything you desire. So let's quickly summarize what we've learned today.
That's right, Adam. First, we talked about visualizing your dream life and how creating a clear, vivid picture of what you want is the first and most important step in designing your life. By imagining what your dream life looks like, whether it's your career, your relationships, or your health, you create a strong foundation to start working toward your goals.
Exactly. Then, we moved on to the importance of setting clear, specific goals. We discussed how breaking your larger dreams into smaller, achievable steps can make everything feel more manageable. It's not enough to just say, "I want to be successful," or "I want to be healthy." You need to define what success looks like to you and what specific actions you need to take to get there. Clear goals give you a roadmap for your journey.
And after setting those goals, we talked about creating habits that support your vision. Remember, success isn't just about big, bold actions. It's about the little everyday habits that add up over time. Whether it's dedicating 10 minutes every day to learning English, exercising regularly, or spending time with loved ones, your habits shape your future. So, consistency is key.
Then, we explored how to stay motivated through both good times and challenges. Motivation can be tricky, especially when things get tough. But finding your why, remembering why you started, and celebrating small wins along the way can help you keep moving forward. Motivation is something that needs to be cultivated. It's not something that just appears. So make sure to keep your goals in mind and remind yourself of why you're working toward them.
After all, designing your dream life isn't a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process. As we've discussed today, it involves reflection, planning, setting goals, and taking consistent action. And yes, there will be challenges along the way, but those challenges will only make you stronger. The important thing is to stay focused, stay positive, and always be kind to yourself, even when things don't go as planned.
You might be thinking, but why is it all worth it? Why put in the effort to design your dream life when life can sometimes feel so overwhelming or uncertain? Well, let me tell you this. It's worth every bit of effort. The process of designing and living your dream life is about more than just reaching a final goal. It's about growing, evolving, and becoming the best version of yourself.
That's right, Adam. When you take the time to visualize your dream life and set meaningful goals, you give yourself direction and purpose. It's easy to feel lost or stuck when you don't have a clear vision of where you want to go. But when you design your dream life, you give yourself a sense of direction. It helps you make better decisions, stay focused, and move toward what truly matters to you.
And let's not forget the power of personal growth. When you start working toward your dreams, you'll learn more about yourself, your strengths, and areas where you can improve. This journey will challenge you, but it will also help you grow in ways that you never imagined. You'll build resilience, develop new skills, and learn to overcome obstacles.
Exactly, Adam. And remember, this isn't a race. It's about progress. Every small step you take is part of the bigger picture. Whether you're learning English, pursuing a new career, or working on your health, each effort you make brings you closer to the life you've dreamed of. So no matter how big or small your goals are, they are worth pursuing. The satisfaction of knowing you're working towards something meaningful is what makes it all worthwhile.
Now, we'd love to hear from you. We want to encourage you to share your dreams and goals with us. What does your dream life look like? What are the steps you're planning to take to make that dream come true? We invite you to comment below on our YouTube channel and tell us about your dreams. Whether it's learning English more fluently, traveling the world, starting a business, or improving your health, we'd love to hear what you're working toward.
Yes, please share with us. Whether you've already started on your journey or you're just beginning to think about what you want, your dreams are important. When you share your aspirations, you not only get to reflect on them, but you also inspire others. We want to create a community where we can support each other, learn from each other, and grow together. So please feel free to leave your comments, and let's motivate each other to keep moving forward.
That's right, Julia. And if you're listening to this podcast and you found it helpful, don't forget to subscribe to The English Globe for more great content on learning English and improving your life. Our goal is to provide you with engaging lessons, tips, and motivational content to help you not only learn English, but also design the life you've always dreamed of.
Absolutely. Subscribing is the best way to stay updated with all of our new episodes. By subscribing, you'll make sure you never miss out on any valuable content that can help you along your journey. So, hit that subscribe button, and let's continue to grow and achieve our dreams together.
Before we say goodbye, I want to leave you with this. You have the power to design your life. It might take time, effort, and patience, but the life you want is within your reach. Stay focused on your dreams, take consistent action, and remember that every small step counts. You're already on the right path just by listening to this podcast and taking the time to learn and grow.
That's the spirit, Adam. Keep going, and don't ever lose sight of your vision. Whether your dreams feel big or small, they are yours, and they matter. Keep believing in yourself, keep learning, and keep striving to make those dreams a reality. We're here to support you every step of the way.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We truly appreciate your time and attention. Remember, you are capable of amazing things, and your dream life is waiting for you. So go out there and start designing it today.
We'll be back with more exciting content to help you on your English learning journey. Until then, keep dreaming, keep working toward your goals, and we'll see you in the next podcast.
Don't forget to subscribe to the English Globe and take action on your dreams. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Take care.